Okay, we're going to talk about caregivers today on my little slice of chronic illness TikTok. And for those of you who don't know, caregivers are usually a spouse, a parent, a sibling. For me, it's my spouse. And what makes my spouse so unusual is that in the chronic illness world, and that this also applies to cancer, any type of life-changing disease, men leave. They leave. And when I was talking to my therapist about it this week, she was like, not only do they leave, they completely abandon the family. So they will leave a chronically sick woman alone with the kids. And when you have a severe chronic illness, like I do, and I have more than one, I've got 4. Yeah, not fun. Anyway, when you have something like that, I don't function on an everyday basis. I don't function hardly at all. Just getting up, going to the bathroom, and coming back, I'm huffing and puffing like I just ran a marathon. It's because I have chronic inflammation all over my body. And when you have these type of instances, my husband is a rarity. So part 1 is going to be about how my husband is a rarity. And part 2 is going to be about how men could, if they would. They could absolutely do what my husband has done for the last 4 years. And it's not easy. Being a caregiver and a chronically ill person is a symbiotic relationship. It is. They have to understand that by you laying in bed 19 to 20 hours a day has nothing to do with you being lazy and you not wanting to do things. It has to do with the fact that my body is trying to fight off 4 different chronic illness, autoimmune, and neurological diseases. My body doesn't realize I can't fix these things. That's where the chronic fatigue comes from that you always hear about. It's because our bodies are constantly thrusting everything it has at our diseases, trying to figure out a way to fix us. And it doesn't understand that we are now broken computers and that there's nothing our body can do to fix us anymore. And with it being a symbiotic relationship, you have to understand also their position, because it is not easy to be a caregiver. When I got sick 4 years ago, I was getting prepared to reopen my photo studio. I was getting prepared to go start doing photo shoots again. I was getting prepared to rejoin our life because we had lived through the pandemic. We had lived through my daughter getting through till almost 2nd grade. The pandemic happened right at the end of her 1st grade. So we did the whole year in quarantine like good people were supposed to do. She did virtual school and she rocked it. Such a good kid. And then me, I happened. And my husband went from almost having a trad wife, not due to any kind of Christian situation, due to the fact that he made more than enough money at that point in our lives for me to step back to be able to enjoy every little nugget of moment with my little mini-me. So, the plan was when she got back to about 1st grade, 2nd grade, we got on a good school schedule, then I could present back into the workplace. Well, that did not happen. My husband went from basically being the guy that would work all day, come home, and he was awesome. He would bring dinner home usually because he knew I had a full day of taking care of a little toddler nugget. And then take the trash out, see if I needed help with anything else, but I took care of all the house and all the financial duties and you name it. I rocked it. I was uber mom. My hair is bothering me. Okay, anyway, I was the mom. I hosted her class parties. I picked her up every day after school. We would always go on these little adventures together. We had so much fun together. And then all this happened. And then my husband had to live almost like a single parent. He had to modify his life Now, anything that I can do on my phone, like place grocery orders, things like that, I can do just fine. Pay bills, things like that. Anything that actually takes me to be up on my feet and my legs, I can't do it anymore because I have CIDP, and that makes my legs not work. They don't function right anymore. And that also includes my hands and my arms. So, sometimes just folding a basket of clothes, if he brings it in to me, can be like all I can do for the day. Could you imagine that that's your energy level, is folding a basket of clothes and you're done for the day? My husband, the reason why it worked is because he accepted what happened to me. Not only did he accept it, he attended all doctor's appointments with me. He learned about what was wrong with me. He had empathy. He had sympathy. He realized this was an invisible disease, as diseases that weren't going to show up on me. Except it did, because I rapidly gained 80 flippin' pounds. It was awful. I felt like I was wearing football pads all the time because I was battling this god-awful constant inflammation. My husband never once looked at me and said, "Are you really this bad? Can't you really just get up and do something? Can't you cook a meal? Can't you at least do the laundry?" No. Those words never left his effing mouth. Instead, it was every day, "Hey babe, what can I get you? Do you need breakfast now? Are you hungry?" And it wasn't smooth and perfect. There were growing pains. There were times that he would get so burned out from working a full-time job, having to wrangle all of our kid and her things, school activities and whatnot, trying to keep up with the house full-time, trying to keep up with the full-time laundry, and basically taking over the person that cleans the house. Yeah, things that guys don't usually think that's going to be their responsibility. And there were a few weeks where he would just check out, and I mostly live in my bedroom because I have to keep my legs up all the time. So there would be a few weeks where I go out into the living room and go, "Dear sweet baby Jesus, what has happened in here? Every dish is dirty. Everything's out of place." And he's like, "I know, I've just been in such a funk lately." And I was like, "I get it, baby. I do. It's not an easy job. Being a domestic goddess is not an easy job." So then he would get up and he would start working on it and he would get it done. The easiest solution would have been for us to hire a housekeeper. And I don't need just a housekeeper. I need what's called in-home care. But insurance doesn't pay for that. Do you know what in-home care is for severely disabled, chronically ill people? It's people that come in and do the laundry and clean your house and clean your shower. They can even help you get a shower. They will do meal prep for you. They will cook meals for you. They will run errands for you. If you have prescriptions and you can't drive anymore, and he's got a real busy week coming up, they can even go and pick up those prescriptions for you. And they normally cost anywhere between $30 to $45 an hour, depending upon where you live. And insurance won't touch it. They won't. They say, "We don't need it." Try functioning where you can barely get out of bed. It's a crucial part of chronic illness. And if you don't have that, then you have a caregiver. And I want to let all women know it's not hopeless. That if they are a good man and they truly love you and they truly understand what's happening with you, you will never get that sigh, that disappointed look on their face, that, "Are you sure?" Their doubt about if any of it's real. If they wanted to, they would. And I was lucky enough to have one that not only wanted to, but did.